Hello, hello, good evening. Welcome to the Point podcast. Good evening. It's Sunday and we have to get ready for a new day. So let's wind down with To the Point with your favorite co-host, Queen D. And
And I'm your favorite host, King J. You guys, I've been just, on pins and needles waiting for this show. This episode 4, the fourth time y'all get to see our face. Y'all get to know us more. Y'all get to, communicate, conversate with us a little more. We got another hot show for y'all tonight that's lined up. And I'm ready to get right to it. D Hot is right in your windows again, another week.
I know,
Weather must
I
be
know.
banging out there in California.
It's a lot less hot than it was last week. So we're starting to cool down a little bit, thank God.
Okay.
AC is working pretty good, so I'm a little comfortable.
Okay. I see you beat a little bit too with your little Shirley Temper curls.
You extra.
Yeah.
You extra.
Okay. So yeah, what we got in store for the people tonight, though, Queen D?
So we're going to do a continuance, sort of like a continuance spinoff from last week. And we were talking about the foundations of love and what the kings or queens are really looking for as far as relationship goes, the aspect of love, a definition, how it's displayed now versus then. So we're going to spin off from that and kind of see. And there was a ton of hot topics that we didn't get a chance to cover. So we're going to go over those. And some of those are just going to be thrown in, so you don't know.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
yeah.
So I
we
ain't the
need
target tonight, am I?
I mean, since you're speaking for the men, you may
Oh,
be.
okay. Well, I'm gonna represent for the men,
I
so
hope
for
you do, because they're gonna be mad if you don't.
yeah, so everybody that's here, to everybody that's tuned in, we appreciate y'all constantly tuning in with To the Point, tapping in with us. Make sure you hit the share. Make sure you hit the share. Make sure you hit the like. And we
Yes.
definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys that's been giving us a chance and opportunity to just kind of get to know y'all as y'all get to know us, and we kind of wind it down a little bit. So yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So D, where do we leave off last week? I mean, everybody was like, "Yo, last week was hot." I was like, "Well,
Okay,
we,
okay, okay.
we jumping back
Oh,
in there."
and before I forget to mention, a few days ago we hit 600 followers. So I want to give a big to
Yeah,
you
I
guys.
do too.
It can happen. Yeah,
Definitely, because um, that group keep me going.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They keep you spinning. I see that.
yeah. So for those that's tuned in, make sure y'all follow the two. You go all caps if you have two TO space THE space PONT, To the Point. We ain't hard to find. Also find us on our business page, which is together TOTHE space PONT. So to the together space point there. Also, you guys can definitely leave us an email right there, drop right there at the bottom of the screen, for those that's thinking about coming on the show and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm ready to jump right into episode 4. I'm excited, but then just wanted to just take that brief break to say thanks to all of our followers. Thanks to all of those people that's, just being a part of the group. Today, I've noticed, I said X in the group. I asked of some of our members in the group to everybody invite 5 people. Now, everybody won't participate. For those that did participate, I see the numbers and I see y'all showing up. The numbers don't lie. So yeah, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. They
we
showing out.
building. What'd you say?
I said they showing out.
Yes, showing up and showing out, and we really appreciate y'all. So let's just jump into episode 4. Everybody's been, asking about what the hot topic is about. Every week we always drop what the show is about. Days before the show, which is a Facebook online group, an online event that's everyone is definitely welcome. So definitely tune in there. After the show, we always drop the replay. So if you don't do nothing but tap in, just a little bit, just show up, pop your face, show some love, share, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff.
Nice, nice. So let's go hop on in there before Jay gets going. Okay. So we're gonna start with one of our hot topics. Obviously, it's surrounding love. So when we mention love, does that exclude a color, a creed, a region of the world? If we are diving into love in its entirety, what is long distance love? How does that happen? Is that in regards to biracial relationships and marriages? So we got a lot of hot topics in regards to that. So I kind of want to touch on Jay and see what you think about that.
I kind of, Queen D, I'm trying to tune into the question. You kind of said a lot. So if
I
you could
always
just,
do.
okay, but if you could just kind of narrow down the scenario of it, like just bottom
Okay.
line,
So okay, so that it was kind of like a two in one. So I get you. So, in regards to love, if you are searching for love, whether it is around the corner or somewhere around across the world, is there a limit that you would go in regards to pursuing that relationship? Does distance have a major role to play in someone that you're pursuing or you genuinely want to build that relationship?
that's a good question, Queen D. I have found myself saying quite a bit of times that distance don't determine loyalty. Um, it ain't old fashioned love out here no more. Love ain't around the street, down the corner anymore. Like it used to be, tight knit communities. She married, her cousin, friend, boyfriend, or the best friend. It ain't that tight knit love no more because us as people have separated and spread it ourselves out amongst that tight neck. If you follow what I'm saying. So back to what I'm saying, love is not in your back door anymore. It's not at your nearest grocery store.
So,
You know,
would you say that a long distance for the viewers? Would you say that a long distance love is feasible? Is that something that
I
can be
I
done
I could
minus the
I could say,
physical?
and that's what I wanted to get at. It's possible, but however, it comes with a schedule, right? This is a guy that start talking to this woman that's long distance. He know what time she works. He know what time she comes. So there's a schedule. And I think by standing to that schedule, being on that program, that bond that y'all create can possibly save that relationship. Because even though it's long distance, but this person get used to this schedule that y'all have when y'all talk, maybe when you go on break. So keeping the schedule the same, for those that in long distance relationship, keeping the schedule the same, stand on the same page, stand on the same accord, I think could give that relationship a chance to grow, if that makes any sense.
It does. It does make sense. Now, understanding the dynamic between someone who, you're dating, live, 30 minutes away versus all the way over, yonder. But there's a different role set. There's a difference because you kind of have to make up for that absence. And I wouldn't necessarily say make up for the absence, but long distance, you kind of got to do a little bit more. You kind of got to do a little bit more. So, and
I
I'm not just saying from
I
her
think
standpoint, but from his standpoint as well.
long distance, I don't think you actually have to do more, if it makes sense, with long distance, because you don't have that obligation of knowing what it's like to see her up the street and you're in her livelihood every day, or knowing the BS that she deal with on her job, or maybe the check is late or whatever. You like, when you're long distance, I think a long distance sometimes can be good. It can be good because you build yourself and you build that platform to what you're working towards. You know what I mean? I think that I Want to Rock right now is what kind of hinder us a lot. But things have changed. Like I said, it's not that tight net bond and community anymore where you find love up the street, down the corner, because it's your cousin, best friend, cousin friend. it's a lot of networking. And so people are meeting people nowadays that spread it out across the country, but goes back to that program, being on that same accord and then still getting the growth. But you don't be in each other's personal life as far as the bills, the this and that. But I think that you give yourself that time to
Why does
know.
that exclude? Why does
I
personal
wouldn't say
bills
that
and personal life
that
exclude?
excludes, but I mean, this is a life that you're living, um, a life that you're already living, day to day that you're already having, problems that already come with you. I think sometimes that, those are things that need to be included in out of relationship, because just because we said we together, that don't relationship don't obligate. It's like a business. It's an idea before it become profitable. You know, it's a business, good idea. Yeah, it may make $1, but it got to be profitable to make it investable. See, people invest in what's investable. And I think if people would stop going in the back of their mind that, oh, he got to help me pay this. If you can't pay your own goddamn bills, you don't need no relationship. If you can't do it for yourself, don't expect nobody else to do it for you. So I think that's a problem with a lot of growth in relationship, because we going in on what somebody could do for us, or I mean, I know that it's kind of, I think that right there will make a big difference if we all stood on that. Like, I mean, this man's, especially speaking long distance, he's thousands of miles away. You know, like coming to your life to hold on and take a hold of your baggages. I mean, I think that right there could, and I think women got to lose that approach. Got to definitely lose that approach.
You got my mind just like going all over the place right now, and it's showing because obviously they see you got me making all these faces because I'm just antsy about it. But I totally get what you're saying. I totally get that. But if we're talking about a relationship, a serious relationship that's being pursued, now I'm not saying this is going to be a long distance relationship forever, or it could be. This could be very busy people that choose to intertwine certain portions of their life.
I see the comments coming in at the bottom, not to cut you off, Queen D. We definitely going to get to the comments. Definitely going to get to the comments. But carry on, Queen D.
So we're going in regards to, and we're talking about fellatio. I mean, the between man, love between man and woman, regardless of what the distance may be. Now, if these are people that have conditions set, that's understandable, but they need to be set in the beginning, that foundation stage. I
Absolutely.
do believe that long distance relationship can work to a certain extent,
Yes.
depending on the mindset of the individual and what they're expecting. A lot of what I believe I would say a good foundation would be the fact that you kind of take the physical part of things, which often clouds the mind and control the hoo-ha, and you don't want to be controlled by the hoo-ha because it gets real sticky. So being able to communicate from the head and the heart with the long distance love, that's a good thing. So
Yes.
if we would take some of these abilities and capabilities in both relationships, whether
Right.
again down the street or around somewhere around the world, and learn how to make it make sense for the both of you, I believe it can be feasible. But again, it's for a certain type of individual.
That's right. Because you dive in, just to end before we end and go to the next script, because you're diving to something to where you go fast when it's round the corner. Like I said, you go fast, you dive right in because it's easy access and it's a dive in. But then when you can take that time, and by that long distance talk and that long distance time that y'all have, that it's not easy, it's sometimes it's seeing how much you really want it. And so sometimes that person can actually find themselves on top. You find yourself versus saying, oh man, I got to rock right now, and see what they can do or how we can do this together, versus finding out and having that time to figure out what it is that y'all can do and accomplish together. So I think time is everything. And if we give ourselves that same time, whether it's next door or across country, just that time, it can make a huge difference.
Absolutely, absolutely. I believe it is actually time for our first commercial, and I believe Brooke is going to tune in here in a second. But the thing that I noticed, we do the whole rundown in regards to what these questions are, and then when it's time for the comments, then we're kind of behind. So I would love to keep up with the comments
Definitely.
as the conversation continues to proceed. So I see a comment here that says relationships and marriages hold different responsibilities. I definitely agree with that, and that is from Lulu Love. So thank you for that
Yeah.
question. And I don't want to break it up here because we may be tapping into a commercial, and I don't want to have it
Well,
intersect.
let's take a commercial break and hop right back into those comments.
Absolutely, Lulu. We'll be right back with you. Oh,
Definitely get y'all some of that King Magic Cleaner. Go to the Facebook search bar, all caps KMC, and check out that King Magic Cleaner. Definitely a great product, non-toxic and all natural. So go greener with King Magic Cleaner. So let's jump directly into those comments.
okay. So we started off with Lulu Love
Lulu.
saying that relationships and marriages hold different responsibilities.
I agree. They do. And relationships is the foundation to see if you can maintain a strong marriage. And the relationship is to start because they do hold different weight. You want to see how each other can evolve under pressure. You want to see how she can hold her and he can hold him. And that right there is what, we need to start finding, that glitch in our because it's partnership before it's relationship. So I definitely agree, Miss Lulu.
Absolutely, absolutely. And here's another comment, Erica Albert. Where did it go? Okay, so if you feel that way, why is it a problem if she doesn't cook?
Well, go ahead. I'll let you speak on that, D. I
Uh,
feel let me just hold on a second. If any and first of all, it's like you accepting a man that don't work or won't work. It's certain morals your mom. A woman shouldn't question cooking, cleaning, and washing. That's one thing a woman should not. Now, I'm not saying that he can't pick a load up because that's partnership and relationship and marriage. Yes, he can drop a load of clothes in the washer. Yes, he can go in there and cook your favorite meal. Absolutely. But if you as a woman ain't got on the back of your mind that you need to go home and feed your family, you don't need a man. You need a dog.
Dude, you didn't got hot. You okay? Calm down.
You don't need a man, you need a dog. Because this big cooking thing, I know your grandmama's cook. And I know your mama's cooked. And if you ain't had no woman around you to let you know the parts of the importances of cooking for a man, the motivation, and just like him bringing you flowers, or just like him knowing, like going in there cooking your favorite meal, those are very important. But one role a man needs to know that he needs to take the trash out, or he don't need to expect you to go out there and wash the car. Just like you need to get in the kitchen and cook.
Understood. Look, they don't play about this woman cooking and
Yeah, I don't
cleaning.
play about
And
that woman
he
not
don't play
cooking
about
thing.
that because the man trying to eat. The man trying to eat. So I ain't mad at.
Yeah.
He was serving up some gumbo and didn't want to share it with us now. So I don't really know if he eat or not today.
A man gotta eat, man. To stay healthy, you want your man to be hardworking. You want your man to go out there and survive. I mean, to go make ends meet. He need his nourishments.
Yeah.
And that's just sometimes that good touch that a woman give a man.
Yeah.
And
But
that
then
man,
you
that
know what
woman,
too?
and her standing in that kitchen, my brother, her feet need to be rubbed sometime after standing in that kitchen. And if she can go in the kitchen and cook a meal, you can at least wash the dishes. If you don't do it all the time, you can do it. So those things matter. But we gonna give you one. Ain't no woman of mine. A woman of mine gonna go and cook. Oh, I did with that. Oh, don't speak on dealing with not cooking. Lord, have mercy. Whew, I don't never want
You
a
real
woman again
sensitive.
that it ain't in the pay in the there ain't no cooking going
Look,
on.
I'm just gonna be clear. For my homie Erica, don't get to smashing on her. It was just a question,
I
okay?
know I ain't
And
smashing
she
on it. I
could,
ain't smash,
and
but
she
that right
clean.
there kind of hit a man a little
Yeah, I
different. Don't
know.
Erica, you can't no, Erica, you know, a man
That
gotta
hit him
eat.
in the chest, y'all.
He gotta eat, he gotta eat. Just like you will be like, whoa, he walked right past the trash. Damn, she walking right past the pots.
Mm.
Dude, let's get to that next question. Let's get to the next question.
I'm done. I'm done. Okay. Okay. So the next one was biracial dating. Biracial dating, there's no limit on love, there's no color, no creed. And I was talking to my father about this a couple days ago. And even though I've never ventured off that way, because you the king is something else. You one of God's biggest flex, but y'all kind of be flexing in the wrong way sometimes. So I be kind of tilting my head looking over that side, just being real. But have not tried that, but I'm just saying there's a lot of women, African American women, that are going over to the other side, just as well as there are, African American males going over to the other side. And what would be a person's perception of biracial dating, whether it's African American man with a Caucasian woman, or vice versa? So, your opinion.
My opinion, my honest opinion, me myself, I am a revolutionary. Um,
Choose them wisely, Mr. J.
I, we're all human, you know. Um, I feel that we should definitely try to work, and make it work with our brothers and sisters. Um, however love found you, whether it's purple love or green love, however love found you, then meet love. Don't run from love, because now me personally, I've never, you know, been in nothing serious with someone outside my race. But I've seen a lot of
Is there a reason why, aside from being a revolutionary?
I love my chocolate women, you know what I'm saying? Like I have been with other women, but they another woman ain't as tight as a black woman. They ain't as and I'm talking about all over, you know what I mean? If I could say it, I want to say, but they ain't as not when I say tight, not as
Open your eyes, Jay.
not as that kind of tight, but when I say it's just like just firm from the touch, from the skin, from the, just from touch of the arm. When I say tight, you know, um, I know the power and I know the strength of a black queen. And I know that everything that any other man can offer a woman is what's been stolen from the black man. Um, so I can go deep. As I say, I am a revolutionary. That conversation can go a little deep for me. But to answer the question, I think that's a whole nother show. To answer the question, if however love finds you, then meet love, whether it's black, green, purple, or white. Accept that love and accelerate and build and grow. But yeah, that's a whole nother conversation for me.
Well, that's good. So, what would be? And I'm just gonna ask because we all have those little we all have those little things. So, if you were to see um a queen and the other lighter brother in public, what's your first thought?
Want me to be honest with you?
I wish you would get to the point.
I cried to you before I lied to you. I said the first thought is she been failed by a brother.
But what if that was her first and original desire?
Been is because of how she was raised.
So we gotta blame somebody, huh?
Yeah, it's because of how she was raised.
I got it.
And it's what her mom and daddy showed her.
Okay. Okay. So when you see African American male with a Caucasian woman, what's your thought process then? He's been failed also?
Um, I would say, I don't think he's been failed. I would say that um, he's doing his job. Keep on working, brother. Because we took 400 years of it, so it's time to, to put in work. When the game first was chose, when black folks was freed, we went to Harlem, and they had slave houses, and they had different type of houses for those that watched the movie Harlem Night. And again, that's a whole nother subject. So getting on the again, when it comes to black and white, with me, I'm a revolutionary. I believe that a king and a queen, black king and black queen, belong together. I believe that we are the root of this world, of this nation, and we belong together. And when I see us not together, whether it's a man or woman, I see that we failed each other somewhere along the way.
Okay. Well, I respect that. I definitely do. I respect that. So, from a woman's perception, I must be honest as well. So, when I see that, and it may depending on how the brother look. In my eye, look, she can have him. He looked like he done anyway. I'm just gonna be lit. But now, if it's something that it looks feasible, but you never know, I'm like, hey, somebody got to take one for the team. I don't have any prejudice against
Right.
it.
Absolutely not.
But I mean, just being human and open minded, and if I can be free to do that, yeah, we have a little petty opinions here and there. I mean, sometimes we look at it like, oh, well, he must be doing something the brother can't, so she done switched up.
That's
And
right.
sometimes it could be right, but you never know. But all in all, I don't have anything against it.
No.
For the person who issued out that question, it was a very good one. And
However love meet you, pursue it.
there you go.
Because it's not what nobody else think, it's how y'all feel. And sometimes we can only give our opinion because we never felt that type of love before.
Right.
Hell, you know what I'm saying? Black love has been hurtful. So hey, some green love is good, and bring me some green love.
Right. I get that.
And I stand on that. But I just haven't, like I've told a lot of my friends, I don't think the different girls like me, you know what I mean? I never had much of a, leeway with them.
Oh, I beg to differ. I beg.
And I'm sincere. I tell my friends all the time, like, hey, I never seen to meet a white girl, or I never seen to meet an Italian or Indian girl. Like, I mean, they don't mess with King J.
Mm.
And I
Okay.
mean, it's not because I'm working to discriminate, but I just haven't had any luck in that era. How about yourself, Queen D?
I don't really be looking. I just be strolling, minding my
I
business.
mean, you ain't never had a nice looking Mexican guy come up to you and say, "Hey, mama, my mom."
All the time. And I'm
And
asking
so, I
if
mean,
they
what
want
happens?
work. I
What
mean,
goes on?
I mean, I don't give it no run. Like my daddy say, if it don't apply, let it fly. Ain't nothing over here for you, boy.
Okay, okay,
So,
boy.
so
Yeah, it's
I
all
mean, I mean, they do, but I take it as a compliment. But it ain't no action, ain't no need of me sweating it. But
yeah.
I'm not gonna say, "Ooh, I wonder what that would be like." I have, but I don't even have time to venture off and do it.
Right,
So,
right, right. I can dig it. So let's jump into the next question. Let's go move it along.
all right. The next question is, what was a
You know
major?
what? You know what? Before we go to that next question, for those that watched the show last week, we still need you guys' help to assist us with sharing this flyer. This is a queen that is still missing. We are still looking for this queen. We are hoping that you guys can share this flyer, spread the word. This queen is in the Mississippi area. Definitely, just assist us with that. We can only ask, not even ask, but you can imagine what it's like for mothers that's looking for and want their 14-year-old daughter to come home. So one of our business partners, one of our, owners of Plus TV networks, are definitely still in seek of her daughter coming home.
Absolutely.
And we definitely want you guys to share that flyer. It's been dropped on the last show. Hopefully she can get it out there now so y'all can get a quick glimpse of that and we can get it up real fast. Miss Brooke, that would be awesome.
All right, I think it's coming up on there. And thank you guys, because I did see that flyer slide by my feed and some stories from a couple of our members. So I definitely appreciate you guys for doing that. All right, so we're having a
Well,
little,
she'll definitely get it up. Let's just keep moving along. Let's jump into
we're
that
having a little
next
issue
one.
here, but we're gonna go ahead and proceed. So, in a relationship, what was the turning point for you? What was the most whether it's a deep relationship or a lengthy one or whatever, what was the relationship that made you change your mind, your outlook on the type of relationships that you should pursue moving forward?
I would think my last relationship.
Okay, so what was that thing that was a turning point that made you feel as though you needed to pursue something different?
Um, you know, even as a man or as a woman, I don't know, I mean, you have to be able to relate to this, but when you go in with nothing but great intentions, only your results, shift your energy. So I don't want to give my all and be willing to. I think I know my last relationship, I was willing to do anything, whether I fuck up along the way, but just do anything to just make it right or make it last. But to do that and to give, whether it's not financially, it's bigger than finance, but to, I mean, uh, to not get any, like, no adjustments, it's kind of hard to even just not shit. Like you might have a guy that say, yo, I don't want you going to the club, and you may not go to the club, and you might simply say to this guy, hey, I like bar hot dogs on Wednesdays. You know what I mean? He might say, the nigga ain't going to the club. You can. My last relationship, I'm gonna tell you something. Like my last relationship, she was a hustler all the way, and I don't say nothing bad about her, but it just taught me that give, like, to try to, when you try to make adjustments and you find yourself doing things different because you love, and you find yourself moving different because you love, and you can't get just a little bit of what it is that you want, it's a lot. So I don't want to
So
never
would
go into
we
another
say
relationship.
compromise?
I
Is
was
that
just going to say that I don't want to ever go into another relationship with no compromise. And that compromise don't come on your term. Compromise come like as compromise. It's not like compromise or what you want to come. It's give and take every step of the way.
well, that being being able to compromise between one or the other is me giving a little bit more and him taking, or him giving a little bit more and me taking. So love does compromise. Love does make room for the things that I may not like at all, but because it makes you happy, that I'm
It's
gonna
like
partake.
this. It's like you like black eyed peas, right?
Absolutely.
And I like lima beans. But we always do black eyed peas because you like black eyed peas, and lima beans is not even an option because you never tried them before and they look disgusting.
Okay, so that's when you compromise and say,
That's when
"Well,
you
hey, I've had it all my way. Let me go ahead and
let
make
me
this
let
a
me
lot."
try some lima beans. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I might not eat no lima, but let me go and cook some lima beans. Since because you ain't gonna eat them anyway, but you know what I mean. Just like, I just think that like any relationship, that when
So,
you're
what
not
did
gonna,
that last relationship make you realize? moving forward in the next relationship of things that you will do and things that you won't. What are those things that made you say, hey, this is how this relationship was, this how it is, and hey, moving forward, we can, end this amicably, or and this is what I want to do moving forward. I will not be entering a relationship where it's completely one-sided this way. I will
Yes,
not deal with a person who chooses
yes. I
this
will not. I would not. I would rather. I would rather grow with somebody that's in the matchbox that don't got nothing than be with somebody that feel that they have it all and got a closed mind to everything. If that's my way of narrowing it down, I would
okay,
rather
so it
be.
sounds like they had a chip on their shoulder.
I
And
would. I would never like. I would never expect someone to, especially someone you've dealt with before, already been with before, to give me every bit of a different them, and I can't make no adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like you, it's my way or no way. Don't, I would recommend anybody, don't never be in anything that it's your way or no way. I mean, that there's no compromise and that, it's my way when I want it, how I want it, and fuck what you want, how you want it is what I want. Like that
Mhm.
right there, it ain't gonna work.
So those are the things, because in my opinion, we're gonna go ahead and get to the next one because we both have a tendency to little ramble a little bit.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. We do ramble a bit
my perception of things, like,
because this real life and to the point. This ain't nothing we
yeah.
make up. This ain't no script. This raw and uncut.
And so when we say, you know how your parents say back in the day, there's always a calm before the storm, or there's always those flags before the real, tornado hit. And like them tornadoes, all of them named after women. So when we're ready to wreck some, we will. So
Yeah, Rex.
but
Yeah, I get it. I
yeah,
get it.
but in hindsight, there are a lot of things that you can look out for. Or I mean, love makes you put the blinders on a little bit, and 9 times out of 10, you see those things that this is the way that that person is, and you try to look over it because of love. But ultimately, it's just like you going through. I've learned, so I'm gonna kind of back up to answer the question for myself. So what I've learned is that there's all these issues in a relationship, and sometimes people are not confrontational, or you don't have time for this, or you don't have time for that. Me, I hate repeating myself, and that's my thing, because I feel like if you continue to do it, then you're not listening. And if I have to repeat myself, I'm gonna say fuck talking to you all together. I'm it just keeping it real. Sorry, Daddy, but um, when you constantly have these issues and you're being passive about it, and you allow them to continue to do those things and you don't speak on it, it's just imagine you have this big old plush rug in the living room, and every time there's some stuff going on, you sweep it up, you sweep it up, you sweep it up under that rug. That rug is not going to stay there because you got all that bull crap up under it. So when you uncover it and you start to see all these different
Mhm.
issues, then you see. So I've learned to, if there is an issue, speak on that issue right then and there. Don't wait and elaborate. If you can't process the information that I said right then and there, you process it in the bathtub last week, you better leave that shit in the bathtub last week, because I don't want to talk about it.
All
So if
right.
there's an issue now, then you need to address it now. Don't wait and
Mhm.
let it linger and say it in the argument next time, because I'm gonna go mute. I don't know, and I don't recall. So address the issues now. Don't let stuff slide, because as much as you let it slide, they'll think it's okay, and they'll try it over and over and over and over. And then I don't think that's a good idea.
They'll try Wendy
Over and over.
and
But
over and over and over.
yeah, repeatedly, continuously.
Absolutely, and that goes back to what I was saying. Like it's some I want to dwell on that, but it's some things that I find myself in my last relationship letting slide and letting go by that I normally wouldn't do.
Yeah, it's not
And
healthy, actually. It's really not healthy, on the
yeah,
mindset, on the
yeah,
heart. And it kind of makes it hard for the next individual.
mhm,
When you get out of a relationship, you still have all these internal emotional issues and mental issues. So if you don't heal from that and you hide that, then you tend to pass that on to the next person that genuinely means you well, but you can transfer all that negativity. And then that could be a complete turnoff because, sometimes we want to share each other's gossip and all this stuff, but 9 times 10 they don't want to hear it. You don't want to share that type of pain, which you can. It's okay, but I mean, I don't think it's completely healthy or responsible as an adult to continue with the pain and the baggage and not having that solidified within self, and then you pass that on to somebody else.
I agree. With that being said, let's come back with our next question after we take a brief commercial break. We got to pay these bills, man. Bills on wheels on bills. Bills got to be dealt. So we're going to be back with a brief break and we'll get right back to the point.
There you go. One second. Do we see some more comments rolling in there?
I don't know. I mean, but if we definitely see comments, like you said, we ain't gonna hold on them no more. We gonna keep the comments popping. No. So we ain't missing no comments, did we?
No, well, there's a lot in there, and we'll definitely get to them. But their reactions to the things that you've said being nutty and serious.
I mean, so I hope there were no bad things, but they be laughing, but it's better to laugh. Sometimes we laugh to keep from crying. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing better than the truth, and it's the butt neck truth. I try to give my truth, and if I'm wrong, I would have anybody to come on the show and give your opinion. I only give my opinion, my experience, what I've experienced, and I have a long resume. Queen D have a long resume, so we give real life opinions, we give real life compliments, real life conversation, and it seems like right now we're gonna keep on rolling and just jump right to the next question.
Yeah. And we look, Jay and I are just two people speaking our mind. We are not psychologists, counselors, or anything of the sort. We're just talking about experiences. And if something seems to match what you're going through, go ahead and let us know. We'll put it in the chat. We'll bring it up in the group. You can do that personally yourself, or you can do it anonymously. It's completely up to you. But we definitely let's dissect the world's issues and see what we can do about it.
That's right.
It's not all peaches and cream, and we're all going through a bit of whatever in life. So we can discuss that with each other.
That's right.
Don't hesitate to rip your heart off your sleeve for just a second and let us know what's going on. Let us know what's going on. Mm-hmm. So Jay, what you over there drinking?
Man, I'm just my norm, nothing too heavy, nothing too light, just yeah.
That's a chai tea?
Huh?
The chai tea?
I don't know what that is.
Right. And I don't know what the normal is, so I'm just
just my norm. Okay. Y'all see me and D we working from a distance, so we still learning each other, We still learning each other.
Yeah. So how was your day, King J? How was it? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I asked you, how was your day?
Oh, okay. It was, a winding down day. Good. My day was winding down, so definitely a winding down day.
Mine was pretty. So who made the gumbo is the question.
Oh, my best friend. She makes the best gumbo ever.
Oh, I thought you just eating it. You're not.
Yeah, I'm eating it. I didn't make it. No,
I thought you had some skills.
No, I didn't make the gumbo. You know what I mean? The gumbo, I can cook a lot of good food, but the gumbo I ain't really picked that one up yet.
All right, let's get into another. We actually got just a few minutes left, and that, oh my goodness. So let's go into one last question here, really quick, and then we will we'll go ahead and close out. So this one is in regards to why are people so open when it comes to PDF, public display of affection? So public display of affection, not just, the holding, the kissing, but there's been some clips to where people are so comfortable to the point to where they're um, doing hanky panky outside. So why are people so comfortable with that now?
I don't know. I guess it's a. I mean, I guess it's how comfortable they are with themselves and what they have. You know what I mean?
Well, what about the people who don't want to see?
I understand that. I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of like a question that I don't know. Um,
Well, original public display of affection is good, but it's subtle. It's subtle.
yeah, there's a time and place for everything. I would say definitely a time and place for everything. But when you're at a place and you don't supposed to be there and they don't supposed to be there either, then it don't even matter at that point. But a place where everybody belong and where everybody at, I think you can, you know, yeah, it's like seeing horny dogs or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, the dogs can do it. They don't care. So that they definitely
they don't care
yeah.
where.
Okay. Last one, Brooke. Go ahead and let us know when we gotta clock out here.
Yeah, we about to clock out right now. Wind it down, wind it down, wind it down.
Go ahead.
Last and foremost, I'm give my closing words. Queen D, give her closing word. Like I always say, keep going till you start showing. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. As I say every week, just keep going until you start showing, and don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. What I can do, you can't do, and what you can do, I can't do. So sleep on that and get a bunch.
All righty, all righty. Well, like I said, we're winding down. We're gonna let you process all of that and see what pops up on the newsfeed in the group, and let us know how you felt about the show. If you need to, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead and list the replay up there. So if you don't catch it now or didn't catch it now, currently, then you have an opportunity to go ahead and check it out later. Always go ahead and give us feedback. And tomorrow's a new day. So whatever happened today, we can kind of brush it off and move on with the next one. So tomorrow's another opportunity, and we're going to get it going. Okay. But thank you very
Absolutely.
much for joining.
Until then, we out to the
All
point.
righty.